Good.
Good evening, Pastor. My name is Bernie Hara. Before I ask you a question, I'd like to relate one of the moments where you truly impacted my life. I started coming to grace in the early mid-70s. I had gone to a Spanish department service. Then I was told by a group of that I should come and listen to the pastor in the English service. So I walked and I sat right in the front. And I'm sitting next to this person, and I said, someone told me to come and listen to the pastor, that he's a good preacher, and I just want to hear him. You say, you're welcome. This person told me that, but I think I just gave it away. It was you who just stood up and went to preach. But I didn't know. But and I thought it was, that's I don't know if I should use the word simple man, but very meek man. Then instead of saying, I'm the pastor, I'm glad you're hearing about me or something. Also, I came out of gang members, and this is where I picked up most of my English. So if I'm sure with my English practicing question. Personal question will be, did you ever thought about giving your wife a chance to preach? Or was it okay for the women to preach?
I never had such a thought. Never. No, it's not okay for the women to preach. I permit not a woman to teach or take authority over a man, but to learn in silence. That's very clear in Scripture. A great force of the women who publish the good news. God uses women. What Paul says to Timothy, she is saved in childbearing, living a chaste life, raising godly children. That's her legacy. That's her impact on the world. Women evangelize, women teach other women, women teach children, women give instruction and counsel, wise counsel, and spiritual wisdom to their own husbands. But the order of the church is that God is the head of Christ, Christ is the head of the man is the head of the woman, 1 Corinthians 11. And that's the order that God has designed in the church. And that's modeled by Christ's submission to his own Father. So there's not even any doubt in Scripture about the issue of women preaching, because you can think of it a lot of ways. One would be this: how many of the 66 books of the Bible were written by women? None. Wouldn't you think that if women were supposed to have equal authority to preach and teach in the church, that the Lord would have at least allowed one of them to write a book in the Bible? No, it's clearly demonstrated by the authority of the biblical writers that the man is put in that position. How many of the apostles were women? None of them. The Old Testament prophets, there were no women prophets with an ongoing, sustained prophetic ministry. Occasionally there were women who spoke, like Deborah, Huldah, the daughters of Philip in the New Testament, and they spoke. There were times when God used a woman, like Esther, like Naomi, Ruth, and things like that. But there's no evidence anywhere in all of divine revelation that women should preach. And beyond that, of course, Patricia would absolutely die at the thought of getting up here and preaching. That wouldn't be her comfort zone by any stretch of the imagination. Thank you.